It was really hard because sometimes you like have a fear of doubting God because
absolutely.
you know that you shouldn't, but you still do.
Yeah.
So I struggled a lot with just like not understanding why and just having to like really ask him and like listen.
All right, friends, I need to know 2 things about you. Thing number 1, what's your name? Hope you know the answer to that one. Thing number 2, what is the best part of your life right now?
I'm Rachel, and the best part of my life right now is probably being able to drive and all that freedom.
Yes, amen.
My name is Tatum, and the best part of my life right now is probably the community I've built around myself through church.
I'd love to hear some of your favorite childhood memories.
Probably like hanging out with my family and just like, I don't know, being with my grandparents and just like all like the fun activities you do.
I used to ride sheep, and so just weekly we'd go off to the rodeo and I'd ride sheep and all my family would be there to support me.
All right, guys, so a little bit of a vibe change. Now I'm going to ask you, what is the hardest season of your life you've walked through up to this point?
I'd have to say when my little brother passed away.
Wow, that's huge, man. I'm going to ask more questions about that later, but what about for you?
For me, it was being diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome and just the struggles that brought. Basically, the white blood cells inside my body were attacking the muscle enzymes, and it basically paralyzed my legs for like the whole month of November going into December.
How did you guys process the pain of those seasons that you walked through?
I was younger when it happened, but when I grew up, it kind of hit harder and stuff.
For sure.
And so processing that with family and friends and just people who just are God-loving, like will help build me through that, were just really great to just come to.
Yeah, absolutely.
First, it was anger, I think. I was very angry. I was like, why me? Like, what did I do wrong? And then it was kind of just, there is a purpose behind everything, and sometimes I just got to find out what it is.
For you, Rachel, like, what were some of the emotions that you were experiencing, even if it was like a delayed emotional response?
I would say anger also.
Yeah.
But also like just sadness and just like confusion of like how that could happen to someone like that. You know?
Right. Did either of you wrestle with any doubts about God, his goodness, if he was real? Like, what did those doubts look and sound like?
Yes, I struggled with doubting God a lot. Like, it was a lot later on.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it was really hard because sometimes you like have a fear of doubting God. I struggled a lot with just like not understanding why and just having to like really ask him and like listen.
I remember for me the first time that I like really started wrestling with doubts about God and eternity, and I'm pretty sure I woke my mom up at like 2 a.m. one night because I was just like awake with my thoughts and my doubts, and I was like, I cannot like not talk about this anymore. And I went and woke her up, and I was crying. Like, I was weeping because I was so scared to tell my mom that I was doubting God. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the most like freeing, transformational things that I got to experience was the way that my mom responded to those doubts. And she was just like, Caitlin, everybody asks those questions, and I love you, and it's okay, and I'm gonna walk with you through this process. Did you have people who responded to you in that way when you opened up?
Yes, my dad. I actually did something very similar. I'd like go crying to them, and he would just be very like open and honest and saying like, it's okay, but we need to like talk to God about it and ask him and stuff.
So good.
I'm an athlete, and so I was middle of the season.
Wow.
And I was just like, God, why now?
Yeah.
Like, why take this away from me? And he opened up my mind to so much more. In that time, I was very like self-centered and just like very focused on me and not about the people around me. And so when that happened, it forced me to open up, to be more honest and be more personable.
I've even been told recently of just like how I can just be joyful about little things that go wrong because, you know, I just have learned like God has a purpose and a plan for everything. And, you know,
it's good. It reminds me of that verse in James chapter 1 where it talks about us being able to consider it joy when we face trials of many kinds, because we know that the testing of our faith produces perseverance. amongst a whole bunch of other things. But the ability to like endure and persevere in our faith is one of those results of experiencing hard things. Have you guys experienced that like strengthening of your faith in God on the other side of this hard stuff?
Yes. I'd have to say I've actually grown just a lot closer to God in this past year alone.
That's good.
Of just, I don't know, just watching how he's moved through not only my life, but just the lives around me. And just like he's taken the hard things that I've gone through in my peers and just like how we've come together and been able to process that.
He definitely lit a fire inside of me. It was definitely like a revival because I came out of it. I was just so much stronger, and I had this fire for Jesus because I was just like, if you can heal me now, what can't you do?
For students right now who may be going through something similar as what you two have experienced, something hard or even ugly, what advice would you give them?
Honestly, just to not be afraid to open up around others and to be vulnerable in those times. And it's okay to question God. It's okay to be upset. He's given us those emotions as a gift, and we need to be able to use them. And so just coming to him through it all, even when you are doubting or just not fully trusting.
It's really good.
I would say don't give up. Like, I know it looks hopeless and it looks like there's no way out. I promise you, God has a way for you. He has a way for your life, and he will transform you in ways you can't even begin to imagine.
Well, thank you, Rachel and Tatum, for sharing your stories. Those are super powerful. And if you guys enjoyed hearing these student stories, you're going to want to check out our chat room playlist right here on the Switch Youth YouTube channel. I'll see you there.